Yeah, let's talk about Longlegs, starring Nicolas Cage, Mika Monroe, and Blair Underwood, amongst others. I saw this movie today, and I know people have been raving about it, saying it's the best horror movie of the year and everything. Personally, for me, in my opinion, I wouldn't consider that because the year's not over yet. We're only in July. So we don't know how the rest of the year is going to pass out in regards to horror movies. But I'm going to tell you this: Longlegs is a movie of its own. It really is. It was directed by Oz Perkins. For those of you who knows who that is the son of the legendary Anthony Perkins, who played Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Now, having said that, he really outdid himself as a director for this film. Cinematography is stunning. The visuals are amazing. They're dark. It's a very dark and foreboding movie. The whole movie from beginning to end for me had a sense of tension, suspense, and dread that I have not felt in a film for a long time. Okay, so Longlegs definitely has this thing. Now let me give you the a little bit of the story. It's about a FBI agent who is hunting for a serial killer, and the serial killer is Longlegs, played by Nicolas Cage, and Lee Harker, who is the main character, the main protagonist in the film. She's a very kind of quiet. She's almost Vulcan-like, barely any emotion. I mean, you do see the emotions come out throughout the film, but she's very like stoic. Like she doesn't, she's very matter of fact, right? And her partner, who's played by Blair Underwood, it's helping to kind of guide her through the process of this case. Now, as they start uncovering bit by bit the details of the murders, because it's not just one person that gets murdered, it's entire families. Okay. And it's a very disturbing thing to find when you see the remains of the people, which you do see in this film. I have to admit, it was disturbing, to say the least. Um, Two things. It had a couple of jump scares in there that caught me. It caught me, and I was like, "Ooh, you got me. You got me good there." Because usually those things are easy to kind of catch, but not in this film. Not in this film. I didn't see it coming in that way, and that's what made it good. So that's one part of it. Um, the other part of it is that this film comes to me as a kind of a horror anomaly, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, like I said earlier, it's the greatest horror film of the year." But the truth is, you know, um, I didn't find it scary as I did mind bending, twisting. Okay, the serial killer is worships the devil, as you saw in the preview. There's satanic. The whole movie is laced with satanic imagery, including the form of a goat-like figure and a couple of the scenes and stuff like that. That makes you wonder, what is this film really about? Well, if I can just at least say this without giving anything away, Lee Harker, the main character, the FBI agent, she actually plays a bigger role in this film than just being an FBI agent in regards to Longlegs. There seems to be another connection there that you get drawn into almost immediately. And I started sensing it early on in the film that there was more to her than just being an FBI agent. I really enjoyed that part of the story very much. Her relationship with her mom, I also, found interesting, and it does play its role here too. Blair Underwood's Agent Carter role also plays an intense role, but nothing beats Nicolas Cage's role. Look, when you see Nicolas Cage, You could tell it's Nicolas Cage when you see Nicolas. Okay, like the last movie I reviewed that had him in it was that movie about the vampire. I forgot the name of it. And but and he did a great job in that film. Don't get me wrong. But when you see it, it's like, oh yeah, it's Nicolas Cage. In this movie, you barely see Nicolas Cage. Like Longlegs is such a deranged figure. The makeup, when you look at him, there's something fundamentally wrong there, right? And when you see that, that whatever role this was, only I believe Nicolas Cage can make that role work, and he made it work beautifully. So, this film again has all the elements. It's almost kind of like Silence of the Lambs meets the Manson family. It's almost kind of like that kind of unity. It's strange, but when Longlegs came out, I'm planning on seeing it again, to be honest with you. I'm going to see it again. My daughter wants to see it, so I'm going to take her. But it bugged me out. The only thing that I have to admit has me kind of like thrown off a little bit is there apparently is a supernatural element to this film. I didn't think there would be. I thought it was just a serial killer, but there is something supernatural going on here. What it is, I'm still trying to understand that. Is it a bad thing necessarily? No, it's not. I'm just kind of thrown off by it because I've never come across something like that in any storytelling that brought out that played a big role in the whole thing with the murders and everything like that. You see, Longlegs is a doll maker. Let's just put it that way. He creates dolls, and well, let's just leave it there, and you'll see eventually what happens. But apparently there's a supernatural thing about these dolls. I don't know. I'm when the movie ended, I was kind of like, wow, that was all right. But you know what? It was still damn good. So I'm gonna give Longlegs 4 coffee cups. I was gonna give it 3, but now I was like, nah, this movie deserves 4 because it's a very unique film. It sticks out amongst all the other films that came out this year so far, and it has earned its place in my library. It's a very powerfully, masterfully written story of suspense and horror that's quite different. That not I don't think it's scarier than other horror films as much as it is much more different than them. And it's that difference that gives it its plus, its uniqueness. And I appreciated that very much. So do me a favor. When you go see Longlegs, come back here, talk to me, let me know how you felt watching this film. This film is one for the books, people. Longlegs. Excellent movie, excellent performances by the cast, particularly Nicolas Cage. By all means, get back to me and let me know what you think of it. And as always, if you like what you see here, please consider subscribing. Tap on that bell for future notifications, for future horror and coffee content, because we're still halfway done with the year. Let's see what other horror movies make this kind of an impact. Less, more. We've had good ones, we've had bad ones. Longlegs is one of the good ones. So let's hope the pattern persists. This is Ralph Perez from Horror and Coffee. Until next time, guys, take care.